I'm Alex Radcliffe from Board Game Co, and today I'm going to be unboxing Conquest Princess Fashion is Power. I forgot to do that right. I'm supposed to sing every time. Once again. Hey, I'm Alex Radcliffe from Board Game Co, and today I'm unboxing and rambling around Conquest Princess Fashion is Power. That's what I'm supposed to do whenever I talk about this game. We're going to be going ahead and diving into it as usual. Coffee and knife ready to go. We're going to be diving into, well, this game. This is one that I've played several times during the prototype phase, but this is the final game. I mean, it's, well, I don't know, final. Final sounds so, well, final. It might not be the final game. There might be second editions, third editions. In fact, I hope there are second editions and third editions. But right now, what we have right now is the first edition. The final first edition game, I guess. Anyways, let's go ahead and dive into this. We have all the various extras. We have the box. We're going to go ahead and dive into this game. I just read a comment, and it's not the first time I've gotten this comment, but it is a regular comment that I do get on the channel, which says, I say go ahead a lot in my videos. And I do. Go ahead is one of those filler terms that in the effort of naturally trying to avoid dead air while talking, there are certain filler terms. It's not good to have these, by the way, but there are certain filler terms that you can naturally fill in to a sentence to get from your thought to the end of that thought without ever having to pause. Like, one of the things, if you watch my videos, I barely ever have cuts. Most of my videos do not have cuts. Occasionally there are, and when there are, I try to hide them amongst the top shot and front shot. Like, so for instance, I could be showing you this game over here, and then I shift to the top shot, and then I like have an awkward pause as I put this back and say something. There's ways to cover a cut. But even though there are ways to cover a cut, when you watch my videos that don't have a top shot, you'll see that those barely ever have cuts. And honestly, that's true for even when my videos do have top shots in them. While you can hide a cut amongst a transitional change, I usually just don't need to. But there's a downside to that. The downside is very often I do have filler terms that help me get from the start of the thought to the end of the thought without having to pause, re-say things again, do all those things that might make that ideal sentence structure not perfectly work. With the downside of the fact that I say, we're going to go ahead and dive into this game, and we're going to go ahead and get into it, and we're going to go ahead and lift the lid off this box. Now, don't get me wrong, this is something that I do want to work on in general. In fact, one of the things I want to work on, and I don't know the order of the videos that are going to be going up on the channel over the next several weeks, but I will be doing a New Year's resolution video. Honestly, it's probably going to be filmed right after this. I'll probably be wearing the same thing, but I don't know which of these videos will be going up first on the channel. But one of my New Year's resolutions is to try to slow down a little. Not a lot. I have a lot of people who do appreciate how fast I go in videos, but there are always people who are like, dude, you have too much caffeine, I can't understand you. Any of these, well, issues with me talking too fast. And so I do want to find that healthy balance. If I can slow it down maybe 15-20%, that would go towards still being faster than most people out there, while allowing those who prefer a slower speed to not be as irritated by, well, the speed of things. Anyways, none of this has been around about Conquest Princess Fashion is Power, so let's go ahead and talk about, let's talk about Conquest Princess Fashion is Power. I should add to my New Year's resolutions to have less filler terms, to work on the filler terms, of which go ahead is one of my filler terms. The other one is this is a game. And that's a little trickier because I do think that very often that does work, but you're talking about a thing and you go, Conquest Princess, this is a game, as opposed to Conquest Princess, or even Conquest Princess is a game. Like, obviously Conquest Princess is a game. So you kind of want to skip that first sentence and go directly to Conquest Princess is a cooperative game of 1 to 4 players. I think it's 1 to 4 players, if I recall correctly. 1 to 4 players, yeah, 1 to 4 players, in which you're going to be working together to save the galaxy from, well, whatever threat the scenario is throwing at you. Because this is scenario-driven. You're going to have the components over here, but specifically you're going to have scenarios that all utilize certain modules. And so I'm going to try to take these things out. I'm not going to remember how they go back in. There'll probably be a segment of this video where I talk about how I don't know how things go back in. Somebody else will comment that it says directly on the side of the box exactly how things fit into the box, because usually there's something like that, and this time there isn't. But there's always something that I'm missing when I'm doing these videos about, like, some directly obvious ways to put things back in the box. But let's try this again from the beginning, because, well, not the beginning, that'd be crazy. But Conquest Princess, and I'm going to show you the insert here because this is where we are right now, but Conquest Princess is a cooperative game in which you're trying to deal with various scenarios, taking down whatever threats are coming at you as you try to survive. Basically, surviving is the name of the game. Well, actually, Conquest Princess, Conquest Princess, Fashion is Power is the name of the game, but surviving is the abstracted thematic name of the game because you are going to be controlling your characters and trying to utilize their abilities in conjunction with each other to not die. That's the goal. Don't die, because dying is very likely. This is a punishing game. It is a punishing game in which you do have to work together using everything at your disposal to not die. Again, not dying is very, very key over here. We have our characters. You're going to have the TIARA. The TIARA stands for, oh my gosh, what does the TIARA stand for? I always forget this one. The time something and relative something. I don't know. What is the TIARA? Does it say it over here? We should have the TIARA. The Temporal Intergalactic Armed Response Agency. That's the TIARA. And we have the Halo, which is, what's the Halo? The Halo is the, is it in here? Is it in here? I don't know if it is. I don't know if the Halo's in here. It's got to be somewhere in here. But the Halo is also some abbreviation because, well, that's just fun. It's fun to have those abbreviations. But I don't know where the Halo is. It doesn't say what the Halo is. I mean, it says somewhere, I'm sure, but I don't know what it is. But either way, you have the TIARA, the spaceship that you're going to be dealing with. You have, again, whatever modular boards you're playing with right now. This is the Invasion Battleground and the Mecha-Pede Battleground. And those are specifically modules you're going to be dealing with to try to, well, survive. But every scenario has different combinations of modules, forcing you to try to figure out how you have to work together to deal with, you know, giant space invaders, because that's what it is. I mean, I can't actually say it's giant space invaders because it's not technically giant space invaders, but it is giant space invaders, sort of. That's thematically what it is. You're going to be moving around on the core areas of your ship, trying to utilize the actions you have per turn, and then trying to time things up so you can work together with each other, and even sharing your core abilities by being in the zones of other players. There's also going to be a degree of bag building in here because you are dealing with a damage bag that you are trying to throw power-up tiles into the damage bag so that you can go ahead and utilize, go ahead. So I'm gonna grab a little rubber band. I should grab a rubber band and do the snappy thing. Whenever I say go ahead, I just snap myself. That should be a thing that I try doing. That and this is a game. Let's make 2025 the year I actually try to improve some of those conversational quirks I occasionally get comments on. But you will have bag building where you pull various powers from the bag as you try to assign damage to any number of regions in the game, because there are a lot of regions. Again, there'll be invaders who are dealing with your actual ship over here. You're going to be blasting various little fireflies out of the sky. You're going to be blasting this giant Mecha-Pede space invader situation going on. There's a lot of things you're going to be blasting, and the more damage you have, the better. You're going to have exotic pets. You have pet co-pilots and exotic pets, all of which are designed to, well, you know, help you survive, because when you unlock those various pets, and by the way, the rulebook is 32 pages front to back, but honestly, when you get to 28, 29 is kind of where you need to get to. But from setup, and it's not the hardest game to learn. Once we get past theme, we get past setup over here. From the start of the game, it's 8 to 29, so it's 21 pages of rules. That's what we kind of are dealing with over here. What am I doing here? There's a lot of things. Let's go and show you some stuff. So here's going to be our TIARA. This is the TIARA board over here. This is the various zones of the TIARA board. You're going to be, you know, starting off in the center. Actually, I don't recall if you start from the center. I think you do. This teleport is going to help you move to the various other zones because you are jumping around to other areas in space, effectively. You'll have your fast fashion deck. You'll have the various zones where you're drawing different enemies to these spots over here. You have to move around to deal with the various areas of your ship while destroying the various enemies. You'll have the various sideboards over here. It's going to have your Mandarin, the teleporter, the engineering. These are the various upgrades. We probably should have another one of those somewhere, I'm guessing. Do we have another one? We have our comms over here. So I guess this is probably structured like this. This is also probably in the rulebook, to be fair. I'm just like, you know, guessing. But this looks roughly like what TIARA would be structured as. You have your upcoming various warnings of the enemies that you're going to be dealing with. You are also going to have, well, this sideboard over here. This is your pet sideboard, your mission board. You'll be unlocking pets by dealing with this mission board over here, adding dice to the mission board. By putting dice over here, you'll slowly unlock pets. But again, everything is modular, so you won't have everything in everything. You're going to have your sideboard where you're storing a lot of the various, discs, the things that are going into the bag. And then we have our, where does this go? Do we do it like this? Does it really go? I guess it could go like this. It could go upside down. I prefer to look at it from one orientation because this is a game that I've played. Wait 1 second. Snap, because I said this is a game. Although, see, that's the problem. It makes sense. It makes sense in that context. This is a game is harder for me to know when it is and isn't okay. By the way, I probably should have warned you at the beginning of this video, but this is an unboxing and rambling. In general, my unboxing and ramblings do have a lot of all over the place going on. That just is what it is. No, it's not the coffee. Yes, I drink coffee. It's not because of the coffee. It's because I enjoy the chaos and the craziness of just allowing myself to talk about what I want in an unboxing. My reviews aren't like this. My reviews are pretty on target. My previews, gameplays are a little fun because, hey, we're having a game, we're playing together, it's all good. But Unboxing specifically, I let myself go wherever I want to go, and you're along for the ride. The part that I do apologize for is I usually give you that warning at the very beginning, but I was too worried about pronouncing correctly. Conquest Princess, fashion is power. I need to charge my Ember mug. That coffee was warm. Not hot, warm. Anyways, we have, what are these? Do we have comic books? I have no clue. Learn as you play tutorial. Oh, this is great. This is great. I don't think I need this, but I do love when you have these kinds of things, because this helps you kind of skip the rulebook and just walks you through a bunch of turns, and it tells you exactly what to do. So for me, I think I know enough about the game, meaning I've played this several times, but again, prototype, and also I do have a memory that also forgets, like many human beings. So I don't remember everything. I'm pretty sure if I set up a scenario, I could dive straight into it without having to look things up. I'm pretty sure. I can't guarantee I'd be perfectly correct. But anyways, we have this Fashion is Power. I have no clue what this is. This is our, oh, these are the missions. Okay, fine. TIARA Battleground Setup. Okay, these are specifically the combination of missions, I'm guessing. Shooting on a battleground, filling a battle board. Advanced mission, the Dark Portal. Okay, so this must be the mission book to a certain extent, at least, because we got things in here that look like missions. And then they're color-coded, which is nice, because you switch to the next color. We have Boss Battle, Conquest Princess versus the Fashion Tyrant. That's great. And then we have over here, whatever this is, Princess Zero. Do we have a comic? Is this a comic? This is the comic book. So we got one comic book, one learn as you play, and then one mission guide. That's what we have for these 3 extra things. And we'll go through that later. Which brings us to the Punchboards. Punchboards are going to have, well, a variety of tokens that you have, although I do believe I have a lot of the upgraded stuff that I will show you as well. And I haven't fully talked about my opinion of this, but this is very challenging. It's very challenging in a way that I find very rewarding. This might look like a lighter, simpler game, or it might just look like, hey, you know, it's got a cartoon art style, it's got these fun little things about Halo and TIARA and all those fun stuff, so it can't be that serious. I mean, thematically it might not be, but mechanically, this is challenging. This will force you to really consider how can you actually survive with all these threats being thrown at you. It also has a ridiculously large playmat, which I don't think I can safely show on the table. I'm gonna do this over here. This is our playmat, okay? And it's gonna unfold more, and I'm worried about the coffee too. So it's upside down at this point. There's 2 sides to it over here, and I'm still here. And we're gonna lay this out so I don't bend it, but we're gonna deal with wrapping that up and deal with it later. Ooh, there's a solo setup. Ooh, I like that. It's huge, it's redonkulous, but there's a solo setup, which I think brings me back to something I was saying at one point. There was a thing I was saying at one point that I have played this game several times. I believe I've played it cooperatively 3 times. Maybe I played it cooperatively, no, 1 second. How many times did I play it solo? It might be about par. I was going to originally say that I played it more solo than co-op, but I don't know if I have. I played it for sure twice cooperatively, and for sure twice solo. Because I remember specific things. I think I have 2 filmed solo plays, and maybe I only have 1 filmed. Maybe I have 2 filmed, I'm not sure. But I believe I did 3 and 3, if I'm not mistaken. I could be mistaken, but I think I did 3 and 3. Anyways, we got these tokens over here. Tokens, cards, various boards over here. And we still got more to show you. Oh my gosh, these boards. Oh my gosh, these boards. There's so many boards. So these are all, because like these boards, the way you're going to be doing these, the reason there's so many boards is because these are very often going to be lined up. And you're going to be dealing with like rows of these. So you're going to have like a row of these, and then what often happens, each board is different, but you'll like flip and put it to this other side and then put it to the back or something like that. You'll have stuff like that happening as you go through it. But again, every module has its own way that it operates, giving you slightly different challenges. So it looks like we have 4 or 5 different modules here. We got 1 module here. We got this module over here. We got this module over here, so we got 4 modules. This is going to be the giant Mecha-Pede. And then we got this module here, which this one does not look familiar to me. I don't believe I've played this module. So I'm going to have to look up the rules for this one, because these little things do not look at all familiar to me. I've played the other 3. I played against the Mecha-Pede. I've played, and to be clear, the other 3, sometimes you'll have several in the same game. So it doesn't even mean different games. That just means that I've played the other 3. Anyways, they all usually have to be killed in some way or another. The difference is, which way do you kill them? Are you trying to shoot the Mecha-Pede's head? Are you trying to just generally blast those fireflies out of the sky? All good questions. Deal with the specific scenario and go from there. You're going to have your individual player dashboards over here. These are going to be the player dashboards we have, well, player content in them, from the way you're tracking the various signing power, the way you're tracking your actions. So over here, we got, let's say, a player dashboard, and then you have your red agent, your fashion plates, some of the various upgrades you're going to be dealing with, and you're going to have various slots. You're storing extra cubes over here, which can go for here for an extra action, and then you're moving the actions down each round, taking 4 actions a turn: lock and load, starter, take action, and transform. Transform is where you turn into your ultimate girl power transformation that will happen at some point in the game. So everyone deserves their magical transformative moment in life. Anyways, that's what we have for this. We're gonna put these back over here. We got our dice, a bunch of pretty sparkly dice, which we'll dump in there. Some various tokens. These are the tokens that will go tracking your actions. These are the power-up action tokens that will help you unlock your powers, as well as give you extra actions. And you have to choose which one of those things you want to do. There's a lot of economy in this game that you're managing as far as what are you trying to work towards. General, longer-term powering up, or shorter-term survival, because both are very important to the not dying. Like I said, not dying is the name of the game, if you're not calling it Conquest Princess, fashion is power. We do have some extras to go into as well, but this is one worth checking out if you like cooperative and or solo experiences. It reminds me a bit of the Loop. It's very different than the Loop, but it definitely had some vibes of the Loop as far as the challenge of just trying to make a puzzle work in a way that you end up surviving and not dying, which again generally seems like a good thing. These will be the enemy cards that show you all the enemies showing up your way, so you're going to be trying to mindful of those. As you manage your ship, you'll either have a warning of what's coming, or if your ship is getting damaged, you may not have that warning. I think it was the telemetry part, but basically you might know what's coming, you might not. Various cards over here, more cards, more various cards in there. And we got our pets. Our pets, no, that might not be pets. I think these are pets. We got Turtle Tank. Oh, we have one card over here. There we go. We had one card over here. So we got our pets. Turtle Tank, Furious Hamster, Hot Dog, and Cosmic Cat are the pets you can unlock. They are all very powerful and give you lots of things you can do. We have this over here. No idea what some of these are. Commando, Flambeau, Daisy, Neil, half of these, no idea. We got our various extras. Okay, so you're going to be unlocking various gear for your characters. Sometimes they're going to be ongoing use, sometimes one-time use, but all very powerful. You're going to want that gear as much as possible from the deck, which is also the timer of your life. So you want to be mindful of that as you go through it. And again, some of these I have no clue, like Blue Shade. I don't remember what this is at all. It might be something I haven't played yet because that can happen. We have a Fashion Tyrant, which seems very important. And that's basically what you got for the cards over here. Which means it's now time to go through the extras, because I think we've pretty much gone through the core box over here. I'm going to have to organize all this later, figure out where the cards go and what I do with them. These can probably go in here, and the cards can probably go in there. We should probably dump that there. We got more cards. Oh, we're going to open some of these cards over here because, well, you know what? We're going to leave this on the side before we put it in the core box, because I think everything will fit into the core box if I'm not mistaken, which is nice, because that way I don't have to deal with more than one box, but I will still have to deal with the playmat. So the core box plus playmat. Anyway, we got more cards over here. So these are some promo extra stuff. We got Dr. Waffles and Pillats and Early Worm and Infinicorn. So I love how we have more pets. That's great. That's fun variety. Choose a starting agent each round. That agent may draw one fast fashion. That is a good degree of flexibility. Having the flexibility of choosing who goes first depending on the board space, everything matters in this game. Everything matters. This coffee is going to be lukewarm. I'm such a sucker for my Ember mug that as soon as it's not making my coffee the heat that I need it to be, I'm like, that's it. Coffee's not good anymore. Like, I have learned to not appreciate hot coffee unless it's hot coffee, because the Ember mug keeps everything at the hot stage. This is gone. Then we got this over here, whatever this is. Oh, we got our little extra cubes. What is this then? If this is this, then what is this? I don't know everything that's going on here, but I do know that we have our much more improved bag. Let's zoom in a bit on the camera over here. There we go, because we don't need all that zoomed out spot. But these are the improved tokens that will be going into your bag. These are very nice, very chonky, very premium, and so much more satisfying to draw out of the bag than, well, the cardboard chits. Nothing wrong with the cardboard chits, and if you just want to focus on playing the game at a reasonable price point, that might be better for you. But if you do want a premium upgrade, this is almost certainly the one I'd recommend first as far as being... let's go through the rest over here and see what we got, but I'm pretty sure this is the one I'd recommend the most to improve your gameplay experience for one upgrade as opposed to all of them, which would drastically upgrade the price of the game very quickly. Let's go ahead and look through the Lights of Opulent Fragrance. I think I know what this one is, and this is definitely one that is over the top. Like, this is a very solid quality of life thing that will improve the overall game experience. This is just for those really pretty princesses out there. But let's go ahead and show you what we got over here. Did I say go ahead? Let's go ahead and show you. Let's show you. Snap. I need the rubber band. I have a rubber band upstairs. I'm gonna grab it. I think this is part of it. I'm gonna try to eliminate some phrases from my vocabulary this year. Okay, this is nice. I don't know what this is, but it's metal and chonky, and I love metal and chonky. We have, oh my gosh, this is something else. This is our TIARA metal paw. Okay, the Temporal Intergalactic Armed Response Agency. This is a chonky piece of metal with a dog print out there. I'm not even a dog person. I'm barely a pet person, and that is special. That is something fun. Anyways, we got a bunch of these tokens over here. I'm just showing you a few, but there's a whole handful of these in this bag. Don't even know what those are for. I assume they're replacements to the action trackers, which is honestly pretty cool. I like that. I assume that's what it is. This is so chunky. This is chunky. This is chunky. It's going in my pocket. Anyways, we got these, which we can dump over here. I do clean up after these unboxings, in case you're wondering. Like, my floor is not a permanent dumping grounds of plastic. Just doing the unboxings it is. But we have this, and this is very important because I have to show you. Oh, well, first I have to peel this off because that's important too. Oh my gosh, these are gonna be annoying. Do I want to do all these now? I don't know if I do. But does this have it on too? I don't know. I'm going to go through this later properly to make sure. Oh, please tell me this goes in. There we go. There we go. Okay, so we have this. We're going to pull out this tab at the bottom. And then we're going to light up our Conquest Princess Fashion Power. Look at that. Look at that. You have light up little people. That's what we got. Look at that. How could you not want to play with your light up, sparkling, beaming luminosity over here? I don't know how well this comes through on camera, but this is beautiful over here. Is there plastic on the other side? I don't think so. I think I peeled off the plastic already. There might be plastic on the surface of this, which is why I'm gonna have to go through this properly. But I mean, look at that. Look at these people. Look at these. Look at the difference with these. Oh, that's not Top Shot. There we go. Look at that. We got our. Oh, I actually like the way that kind of does that over there. Little sparkling little beams of joy. This is something else. Although I will have to get batteries to replace them because I'm gonna want those on all game. I'm going to deal with these later because I do want to go through properly and peel off all the plastics. But oh my, no, we're gonna do this right now. I will peel off the plastic. I'm sorry, we're doing this now. It is what it is. This is what we asked for. This is what the people want. And by people, I mean me, because I want to kind of unlock all of these right now and show you all the beams. But it does mean peeling off all the plastic. I won't do the bases because the base I don't think I need to. It might have plastic on. In fact, I think it does. I have a tool that pulls off the plastic very nicely if it's there, but the tool is not next to me. So right now I'm going to focus on just doing the these guys because I want these off. Then I'm going to put it all in, and then we're going to light it all up. Light it up. Let's put these in. And again, playing with these on the board compared to the plastic standees. This is nice. This is nice. This is not. I still recommend the bag first, like the bag and those tokens first. Definitely still recommend those first. But we have 1, and we have 2, and we have 3, and we have 4. That's our little lineup over here. And then if we're doing it on this way, I love the way it actually kind of puts that extra sparkle on the table, like those little beams at the top. I love that. But like, look at playing like that versus playing like that. How do you want to play the game? How do you want to play your Conquest Princess game? Because I know the answer there, and the only answer is I want to light up like a diamond. I want to shine bright like a diamond. Anyways, we're going to put these over here in the box. This is completely overkill, completely unnecessary, completely here for it. Okay, what do we have next? We have this, and we have this that I still don't know what it is. This probably should go into the bag somewhere. I need to make sure it all fits by the time I'm done with all of it, but I think that we're doing fine so far. We have our standees of utmost elegant. I am curious what's in this box because, maybe I'll open this one first. Oh, I think this is just a promo, not promo, but this is expansion content for the game. So if you want more, like I think I actually played this scenario. I think I specifically did coverage around this scenario at one point to be able to play more of it. So we have more content for the game. More scenarios. That's what we got over here. That's what we got. And again, I'm pretty sure I played at least one of these. We're gonna have our more cards for it. I'm just gonna put this in here into the main box and put these with the expansion comics over here. Not expansion comics, the core comics, because that just seems to fit in with that. That's just more content, which is not a bad thing, but if you're not playing the game enough anyway, more content's not doing anything for you. Whereas if you're playing the game, so if you want more content because you're going through it, that is almost certainly the best expansion to dive into. If you want the best gameplay improvement, for sure those tiles. Almost for sure, because I still have 2 of these to go through. This is nice. I'm going to have to peel off all the plastics later. These are the enemies, but as actual the acrylic standees. So again, it's nice. I still think the chonky pulling from the bag with their improved everything is going to be so much better. We're going to have to peel all the plastic off these later, because that's how it works. That's the homework assignment you get when you sign up for premium goodies. Anyways, we have some of these over here, so I'm just going to show you some of these loosely, just so we can get a general idea. We have all our various characters. It looks like we have our main characters twice over as acrylics, so we do have these twice over for the standee version. Although I guess that maybe that's, oh, 1 second. Let me grab this here. So if we have our blue person over here, oh, we have both, so you can actually light up both of them. That's fun. Okay, so we have variety. Let me actually peel off the plastic of this one before I do this, because it's almost certainly plastic on this, but I don't actually see it necessarily. There we go. Do I got it? Do I have that edge? I do have that edge. There we go. Okay. Now I have to remember that I did this one and not the others. But we actually have multiple versions of our transformed and powered up version. If I can get this in here, that is. I think this is supposed to go in. There we go. Okay. So we have both. Oh, that didn't go on. That didn't go on. No! No, I'm going to have to tap this and figure out what happened later to this, because that... No. Okay, we're going to have to play with this battery thing later. I think, actually. There we go. Okay, here. Got on. I just tinker with it a bit. But if we put that in there, so we now have her in either of her forms, either lit up that way or that way, you can pick your light up version of your character. Also, fun fact, have a knife on you so you can go ahead and do that. Anyways, I will have to go through these later to, oh, okay, now this is the tricky part. I did these two. I'm going to put these in here to remind myself that I haven't actually done those yet. Haven't peeled off the plastics. So I'm not going to make you watch me peel off all the plastics, just some of them. Then we have the baddies, because baddies as standees are important too. These are the various invaders who will be invading the ship as you go. Putting them back in the bag is not going to work out once you do that. But at least I know, that these ones are not ones that I have done yet, because, well, honestly, they can go into this bag over here. They can go into that bag, along with our pet tokens, our various pet tokens over here. Which brings us down to one last little expansion thing to go over, at which point I will finish my very lukewarm coffee, because that is what I signed up for today. The prices you pay for content creation. Lukewarm coffee. Anyways, Squirrel or... This is Squirrel or Die. This is a deluxe version of Squirrel or Die. This is a different game from Fighting the Box games that I have played this game. I just didn't realize it was in here. We got a deluxe version of Squirrel or Die, which is a game of going boom as you flip over various tiles. But anyways, that has nothing to do with Conquest Princess Fashion Power, so I don't feel the need to show it to you. Although I do love the logo over here. I'm glad I saved for last the thing that's not relevant over here. If I had gone through it first, we could have had other things that were saved for last. Instead, that is it. That is your unboxing of Conquest Princess Fashion Power from Fighting the Box from Sepiyun. Again, if you like hardcore cooperative game experiences that force you to work together, or alone if you prefer, both are fun. I think it's best at 1 and 2 players. You are controlling 4 characters, which is the downside there. But 3 players makes that control of 4 characters a little awkward. 4 players is nice, but I do really like the amount of thinking that's going on at lower player counts. We really have to think over everything. 4 players distributes that thinking a lot and makes it a bit more disparate. So 1 and 2 players is definitely my favorite player count for this game so far. That said, I'm always open to things changing, but if you like hardcore cooperative challenging experiences that are good solo or cooperatively, this is one worth checking out. I do recommend the acrylic tiles upgrade for a nice chonky experience. Everything else is still nice, but definitely not essential. But that is your unboxing of Conquest Princess, Fashion is Power. And until next time, I'm Alex Radcliffe from Board Game Co. I hope you enjoyed this video, and as always, I hope you have a good one.